Welcome everyone. In this lecture, we are going to see the Schmitt trigger circuit. Schmitt trigger circuit is nothing but a comparator having positive feedback. Here we are going to see an inverting comparator with positive feedback. So this circuit, what it will do is, this circuit converts an irregular shaped waveform to a square wave or a pulse. So that this circuit is known as a Schmitt trigger or squaring circuit. Okay. So as seen into the diagram, here we have provided the input voltage Vin to the inverting input terminal, whereas ROM is the offset minimizing resistor, and this circuit will compare the input voltage with this reference voltage which is generated across the resistor R1. Already we have seen in comparator we are comparing input voltage with some of the reference voltage. In Schmitt trigger circuit, reference voltage will get generated with the help of resistor R1 and R2. That is nothing but the voltage divider circuit. So again we can say here is this threshold voltage is obtained using the voltage divider R1 and R2, where the voltage across resistor R1 is fed back to the non-inverting input terminal, and voltage across R1 is a variable reference voltage, or we can say a variable reference threshold voltage that will depend on the value and polarity of the output voltage V0. As we can see here, this output voltage is fed back to the non-inverting input terminal through resistor R2. So R1 and R2, these two resistors will give us a voltage divider network, and because of this, voltage at this point, that is nothing but voltage across resistor R1 will get generated, and this voltage is called as reference threshold voltage. So whenever input voltage crosses the reference voltage generated at this point, its output will get switched from one saturation to the another saturation. As we can see here, the feedback that we have used is the positive feedback. So it is a regenerative circuit, and its output is always either a positive saturation or negative saturation. So we'll see here that how this circuit will exactly work. So initially we consider that on the application of plus and minus supply voltages, so because of some of the noise voltage present at the input of op-amp, we consider initially input voltage is 0. So that noise voltage caused the output to go into the saturation, as this is a positive feedback network. Okay. So for simplicity we consider that initially, because of the whatever is the noise present at the input is a positive noise, and that is to the non-inverting input terminal. So output is at positive saturation. So whenever your output is at positive saturation, we can find out the reference voltage at this point. Okay. So because of this output, which is a positive, we can easily find out voltage across this. So by the voltage divider rule, this voltage across resistor R1 is R1 divided by R1 plus R2 into the output voltage, because this output voltage will act as input to this voltage divider network. Okay. And it is either positive saturation or negative saturation. Okay. What is our consideration? Initially output is at positive saturation. So we can write voltage across this resistor R1 is R1 divided by R1 plus R2 into plus Vsat. Okay. So what should be this voltages? Because of output is positive, voltage across resistor R1 is also positive. Now we consider that reference threshold voltage is a positive voltage, and Vin we are providing is initially 0. So with the help of waveforms, we can find out what should be the output waveform. Okay. So when we consider this point, initially when we are applying the input voltage, Vin voltage, which is at this point is 0 volt. Vin is 0, but what should be the reference voltage? That is positive voltage. Okay. So which is called as upper threshold voltage. Because of it is positive, this voltage is called as upper threshold voltage. so that this value we have indicated here. So one of the input of this op amp is positive voltage and Vin is at 0. So that maximum positive voltage is present at non-inverting. So what happens is, always this op amp will compare input, whatever is the difference between two inputs, and that will get amplified. So these two are positive. Initially it is 0, but afterwards it will be increasing in positive direction. So both are positive, but voltage at this point is more positive than input voltage. So output is positive voltage. So we consider output is at positive saturation. Okay. Now Vin is increasing, and whenever Vin is slightly more positive than reference voltage, what happens is, now see, Vin is given to the inverting input terminal and reference voltage is to non-inverting. Vin is also positive, reference voltage is also positive. Okay, because of which what happens is, both are positive, and whenever Vin crosses the reference threshold voltage, what happens to the output voltage? If we find the differential input voltage VID here, okay, both are positive. Whenever Vin is greater than reference voltage, what should be VID is? By the V0 is A into VID. VID is nothing but voltage at non-inverting, that is upper threshold voltage minus input voltage. Okay. So whenever this Vin is slightly greater than VUT, differential input voltage will become negative. Okay. So that differential input voltage is negative, output must be obviously negative. So whenever input voltage crosses upper threshold voltage, output will switch from positive saturation and it will come to the negative saturation. Okay. We will consider only small value here. Afterwards, what happens? At the instant whenever output will switch from plus saturation voltage to the minus saturation value. Okay, this is output waveform that we are drawing here. At the instant when output will switch from plus saturation and it will come to the negative saturation. See, now output is at negative saturation. What happens? Voltage across resistor R1 will also get changed, because this will depend on the output voltage. What happens here is, output will change its polarity. It will switch from plus to minus, so that whatever is the voltage across resistor R1 will now become negative. So the input voltage, whatever we did till now is, we compared this one with the positive reference voltage across resistor R1. Okay. Now as output changes, voltage across this resistor will also get changed by its polarity. Okay. So that the input voltage now will get compared with the negative voltage across the resistor R1. And that negative voltage is nothing but lower threshold voltage. Okay. So that now this input voltage will get compared with the value which is lower threshold voltage. So all the values of input which are greater than lower threshold voltage, output will remain to the negative saturation. Now whenever this Vin will crosses the negative threshold voltage, that is, we can say in another word, now after this point what happens? Vin is in negative direction. Okay. So that whenever Vin will become more negative than lower threshold voltage, that is at this point. Okay. So Vin, after this point, Vin will get compared with this threshold value which is lower threshold voltage. Okay. So whenever Vin is more negative than lower threshold voltage, what happens is, with this we can find out. Now here Vin is also negative and this voltage is negative voltage. Differential voltage is VLT minus of minus Vin. So this we know that VLT is negative minus whatever something value minus of minus plus Vin. So whenever Vin is more negative than lower threshold voltage, differential voltage will have its polarity. See here, differential input voltage we can find out for all the values. So VLT minus of Vin whenever Vin is negative. We know that VLT is some negative value and this minus Vin will become plus Vn. So that whenever Vin is more negative than negative reference voltage, this differential voltage will become positive. Okay. Once differential input voltage will be positive, output must be positive, because we know that polarity of output is nothing but the polarity of differential input voltage. Okay, so that after this point, it means that whenever Vin is slightly more negative than lower threshold voltage, output will switch from minus saturation and it will come to the plus saturation. Okay. Now, once output will come to the plus saturation, again the reference voltage will change its polarity because output will become positive. So that voltage across resistor 1, R1 is again upper threshold voltage, which is R1 by R1 plus R2 into plus Vsat. So that for all the values of input, this is your input. For all the values of input, now threshold voltage is upper threshold voltage and these values of input will get compared with upper threshold voltage. Okay. So that for all these values Vin is less than upper threshold voltage. So output will remain at positive saturation. As we are seeing negative Schmitt trigger circuit. Okay. Once again input will become more positive than upper threshold, output will switch from plus saturation and it will come to the minus saturation. Afterwards, for all these values, we can indicate with this another color. For all these values, Vin will get compared with lower threshold voltage and for which output will remain into the negative saturation. And this will continue for all the successive cycles of input. Okay. So, if upper threshold voltage and lower threshold voltage have the same magnitude, then we will got output as the square wave output. Otherwise, if this is different, that is upper threshold voltage value is different and lower threshold value is different, so we got the pulse wave at the output. So we can say that Schmitt trigger circuit is a wave shaping circuit that will give us any irregular shaped waveform, or that will shape any irregular shaped waveform into a square wave. Okay, this is nothing but a Schmitt trigger circuit. Here we got upper threshold voltage R1 by R1 plus R2 into plus Vsat is one of the reference voltage, and another is VLT, lower threshold voltage, which is R1 by R1 plus R2 into minus Vsat. So thus, if the threshold voltages, upper threshold voltage and lower threshold voltage are made larger than the input noise voltages, means whenever we are making these thresholds larger than the input noise, the positive feedback will eliminate the false output transitions. Also, the positive feedback, because of its regenerative action, will make V0 switch faster between plus saturation and minus saturation. So in this figure we can see that the resistance ROM is approximately R1 in parallel with R2, and this is used to minimize the offset problems. So from this waveform we can say that the output of the Schmitt trigger circuit is a square wave when the input is a sine wave. Okay. So this is nothing but a comparator with positive feedback, and this will exhibit, or we can say that this circuit is said to exhibit the hysteresis. Now what is this hysteresis, or which is again called as a dead band condition? We will say this, what is a dead band condition. Okay. So because of the output of Schmitt trigger circuit only switches between what we can say is between the plus saturation to the minus saturation, and that will depend on the upper saturation or lower saturation. We can say that this circuit will exhibit the hysteresis or a dead band condition. So whenever the input of comparator exceeds, we can see from this diagram that this is input versus output curve. So whenever input exceeds the upper threshold voltage, what happens? With the help of arrows we can see that initially output is at positive saturation. So whenever input is increasing in positive direction, input exceeds the upper threshold voltage, output will switch from plus saturation and it will come to the negative saturation. Okay. Now input will increasing into the negative direction. So whenever Vin exceeds lower threshold voltage, output will switch from minus saturation and it will come to the positive saturation. Okay, so this is nothing but the hysteresis. The hysteresis voltage we can find from this is nothing but the upper threshold voltage minus lower threshold voltage, or we can define that hysteresis voltage is equal to the difference between the upper threshold and the lower threshold. So this we can define with the help of VHY is VUT minus of VLT, and we know the values of this. It is voltage across resistor R1. So it is R1 by R1 plus R2 into bracket plus VSAT minus of minus VSAT. So this Schmitt trigger circuit will exhibit a hysteresis loop or dead band condition. It means that output never exceeds plus saturation and minus saturation depending on the two threshold values of input voltages. Okay. So this is nothing but the hysteresis circuit for the what we can say Schmitt trigger. Okay. So the hysteresis voltage we have seen here, and that is the difference between upper threshold value and lower threshold value. So this type of circuit, Schmitt trigger circuit, is used in number of applications like in the triangular wave generator, or we can say that Schmitt trigger circuit will also be used into the sawtooth waveform generator, or this circuit when we are using for the triangular wave generator, or when the input of the Schmitt trigger circuit is a triangular wave, what should be its output is that we can say for a triangular wave, which waveform is called as a triangular wave, in which the rise time is similar to the fall time. So when the input of a Schmitt trigger is a triangular wave, the output is definitely a square wave. Whereas if we are providing sawtooth waveform as input to the Schmitt trigger circuit, that is a sawtooth waveform where rise time may be greater or less than the fall time, or vice versa we can say here, then what happens is output must be a pulse waveform. So there are number of applications of this circuit, and when we are using the sine wave, output must be perfectly a square wave we got here. Again, one thing I want to note here is what is a square wave is, which will have the 50% duty cycle. It means that on time is equal to off time. So the Schmitt trigger circuit is nothing but an application of the comparator. It will simply behave as a comparator, and that we can see from the diagram. What we are doing here is simply we are comparing Vin with the reference voltage, and we are changing this reference voltage depending on the polarity of output voltage as well as magnitude of the output voltage. Okay. So what we are doing is we are changing reference voltage here, and according to this Vin will get compared with the variable reference voltage, and that will depend on, if we consider R1 and R2 are the fixed resistors, so that will only depend on the output voltage, that is either positive output voltage or negative output voltage. So the working of this circuit is very simple, that we are simply comparing Vin at first time with upper threshold voltage, then with negative threshold voltage, again with positive reference voltage, then negative reference voltage, and this will get continued, and we got at the output a square wave output. Okay, where this is on time and this is off time. When we are drawing with the scale, we got this is a perfect square wave as the output of the Schmitt trigger circuit. Simply a comparator having positive feedback is called a square wave. In the square wave generators or in triangular and sawtooth waveform generators, at the input we are using this circuit. So where we are using the non-inverting Schmitt trigger circuit. This is inverting Schmitt trigger means variable input voltage Vin we are provided to the inverting. In that other circuits, triangular wave generator or square wave generator, Vin is given to the non-inverting input terminal of the op amp. And in that case, we can generate the output as the square wave or a pulse wave, and that will fade back to the integrator. That we will see in detail when we are going for the triangular wave generator or a sawtooth waveform generator. So today everyone will get clear idea about how the Schmitt trigger circuit will work and how this can be called as a irregular shaped or this will reshaping circuit which will convert any irregular shaped waveform into a square wave. Thank you.